Welcome to another edition of Chazzwins. I'm your host, Chaz, and today we have a very special guest. All my guests are special, but this one's a little closer to my heart than most, and for good reason. I'd like to introduce my daughter, Cassandra, aka
Beautiful Melody 12, and mostly Cassandra of Motivation Music Group and all kind of other things.
all kind of other things.
Yes.
We just want the people to know where they can find you, and I'm sure a lot of folks seeing this will probably already know who you are. So, welcome to Chazzwins.
Thank you.
It's an honor to have you here. This has been a long time in the making. Just time, the schedules, trying to get everything lined up, and that. So, I just wanted to just have a friendly conversation like we always do. You know, and see what's on your mind, see what you're working on, see what's going on, and see what the people can expect to hear from you next, because choir minds want to know.
Well, first of all, thank you ever so grandly for having me.
It's truly our pleasure. It is. This is thank you for blessing the studio. We don't have a name for it yet, though. It's just a studio. We got to figure out a name for it. So I don't know. Maybe you can christen that today. I don't know. You're good with coming up with stuff like that.
It will come in due time, I'm sure.
See, that's where to get that bougie British accent.
Whatever you want to call it.
See, she does it too.
Well, so I'm a songwriter and singer, and I'm also a teacher. I'm an educator. I teach high school music. I'm an alumna of Pittsburgh Kappa High School, where I also teach now, and also Norfolk State University, HBCU, Norfolk, where I also studied music, and I am a vocal instructor in and outside of Kappa, and I just really have a inspiration and motivation to create music solely, but more specifically to create positive music that is very intentional and speaks to people and uplifts them at the end of the day. So just to have any platform to be able to perform and to help other people work through their life challenges with the healing touch of music, count me in, because that's really where I find my joy, where I'm most inspired.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
That really was. You said a lot, and I was like, wow, when do you have time to breathe with all that stuff going on? It's funny because that's the name of your song that
yes.
just playing. We'll get into some music a little bit later, but you said a lot, and I draw a lot of my inspiration lately from the things that you've been doing for over the years, because you've been singing since since you were like 5, before you could even walk. I can honestly say that we knew that you were going to have a job somehow in music. I mean, that was a given, some kind of way. You never strayed away from that, so that's pretty cool. And I'm sure that journey up to the part that I didn't see away in the college and the studio times, and we talked about it some, but I am just dipping my tippy toes into this entertainment thing, and just having fun with it. But this is a career, and you take it seriously, and every time you do a show, I say this with all honesty, not because I'm your father, but man, you just always perform to the highest level, and it's always pretty dope. It really is. So, you know, and I think your many fans out there will attest to that. So, you know, you always get our vote, but it's just, I don't know how you do it.
Thank you. One song at a time.
That's pretty easy.
Truly, it really is.
But I for instance, one time, and I just remember this line. We talk about it like, how do you come up with your lyrics and how do you write? But I remember driving back down to Norfolk, taking you down one day. I was after working on whatever we were going down, and you were just like writing. And then we got down there, and you had a whole song about the journey, like being on Interstate 95, and the rain was coming down. And I'm like, that was incredible. I'm like,
yeah. I remember that song, and I don't think it had a title. Actually, wait, I do remember. It was License. Something about license, and I started it. It was like you said, it was raining.
Yeah, it was raining. It was like, I'm up there like, driving through the blowing wind and rain.
Oh my goodness, for you to remember that's so crazy to me. But I remember the starting line. The starting line was pitter patter on my window, and it just from there it just flowed. I never actually put it into musical form. Like I never put a melody to it, but I do remember those lyrics, and I was like, I don't know what this will be yet, but I definitely still have it written in one of my many notebooks.
So keep it in your pocket.
Yes, absolutely. And I hear it kind of as a spoken word piece, but I don't know if I would ever have the courage to do a spoken word piece, because to me that seems so much more intimidating than actually singing, because there's no music to hide behind. There's no, like, it's just straight words and your delivery. So I so much appreciate spoken word, because you're just standing up there vulnerable and naked, like you have nothing else. So kudos to all of you spoken word artists.
Yes.
I don't know, maybe one day I'll venture down that path, but for now,
sure you'll get there.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe you'll hear License in one form or another at some point, but it's still in a notebook right now.
That's so funny, because you have sang in front of 1,000, like Three River Stadium. Not Three River Stadium, but PNC Park.
Yes.
You were born. Yes, you were.
Yes, my first Steelers game actually was, you took me, and I don't think I ever actually told you this, but part of of course we're from Pittsburgh, born and raised, but part of my love for the Steelers is because I hold that memory with us going to the Three River Stadium. That was my first Steeler football game.
It's long gone. I think they tore it down in like
imploded.
2000 something, 5, 4, 3, 2, I don't know.
I have a picture I have to find, but
was your hair in the braids?
I had dreadlocks.
Dreads.
Yes, I had dreadlocks from about age 6 or so till about 8th grade. So, yep, I'm gonna find that picture.
25 years ago.
Ooh,
26 years. I don't know.
Okay.
I know I was 25.
And still probably had hair.
A little bit. Yeah, Heinz Field, PNC Park, though, singing like the national anthem. That was pretty cool. In front of that was one of those honors. It was like, I don't know, that holds like 20,000 people or something. And is that your biggest crowd you ever performed in front of?
Yes, that was the biggest crowd. And to be honest, like, I just so appreciate performers in general, especially singers. Yeah. But I'll be the first to tell you, I'm not the best vocal singer, but I do have passion, and I think that I'm a better songwriter than I am singer. But at the end of the day, I do love it. I do love performing, and to be able to have that opportunity to perform in front of that many people was crazy to me. Yeah. And it was very daunting, but especially, and it also, each venue presents their new challenges, because you don't know the equipment is going to be like. You have to be able to, the biggest thing I harp on is being able to be adaptable at the end of the day. So those challenges were hearing your echo and having to keep up with a specific tempo. Those are very very drastic and challenging things, but at the end of the day, if you're overcoming those obstacles and performing with confidence, then I think that if you can captivate the audience just a little bit, then you've got your job done. So
that's some solid advice, because it's usable, and you talk about, like I said, singing in front of 20,000 people. I mean, like singing, I can't sing. I can sing a little bit. I got moments. Mm-hmm. I got moments of harmony, and that's about it. But just talking on stage, I don't think it will bother me. Mm-hmm. But you said you're like spoken word, you'd be afraid, and you vulnerable. I don't know. I just think like I could talk all day long. Nobody, no comments from the peanut gallery, because you're just talking. That I don't have to worry about pitch, tune, or nothing. And I can just make something up, and nobody's gonna know the difference.
Lights, camera,
right.
action.
Just go with it. But to sit here and sing something and always, be on point. I admire that stability to do that, and
I tell my students often, you can have the worst vocal day. These are gems right here, so don't y'all be telling me. But you can have the worst vocal day, but half of the ingredient is having confidence, because I've had very, very bad vocal days, and my nerves are just trash. They just, to be honest, they're trash.
You sound like a mother of two. At this point.
I'm just being honest here, but they are I think about Barbara Streisand and how she was just so overcome with nerves, and how she's still able to perform almost flawlessly. Her story is crazy to me.
That's you.
But
I'm sorry.
that's really like confidence at the end of the day, or just faking it to you. I know it sounds terrible and cliche, but faking it, I can sound terrible and be flat all day, but one thing I'm gonna do is just I'm gonna be confident.
So you're that dude everybody keeps talking about on TV.
Who, me? I'm the Vision.
Listen, I know who the hell you are, buddy. What's up with that funny costume you got on? You got a diamond in your forehead. What are you, a platinum rapper or something?
I've heard a lot about you, Batman.
Yeah, I've heard all about you. You're married to that chick. What's her name? That witch? What?
Wanda is not a witch. She's my wife.
Wanda, you got a show called Wanda. Wanda Vision. How come your name's not first?
Excuse me? Well, I'm basically a super android computer made out of vibranium.
I got my own show. You know what it's called? It's called Batman. You know why? Because everybody knows Batman.
Yes, but I do have a wife.
And I tell you what, anything that you can do, Batman already did. So don't worry about that.
You might want to talk to someone about your anger problem. It's a wonder that the rest of the super friends, as it were, talk behind your back. I'm just saying.
Vision boy. We'll see about that.
The word on the street, Batman, is that you owe Aquaman some money. I believe it was 5,000 clams, if it were. What are you?
Well, basically, I'm rich. Yeah, I got all the cheddar, buddy. I hit the sauce a little bit. Sometimes, it's hard out here in these streets, fighting crime and just a little Taylor's poured in there, That's old school, to keep that under your hat. Don't tell nobody if Batman's got a drinking problem. Good thing the Batmobile's got autopilot, because I get crunk. I challenge you to a dance-off. Yeah, that's right. I bet you I can Junebug challenge better than you can.
And where is your sidekick, the boy Wonder? I do wonder, Batman. So, you want to challenge me to a dance-off, do you? The Junebug Challenge. I don't know that dance, but I do know the robot. The robot.
I don't even know where Sokovia is. Where is that? What is that? Like a third world country or something? What do you got? Was you on food stamps growing up? I don't know what that's like. I was born literally with a silver spoon in my mouth. Literally, a silver spoon. I'm just saying. If you got it, you might as well flaunt it. That's what they say. Every time there's a problem in the world, everybody's looking at me to solve it. Right now we got this financial crisis after this COVID. you know, just the other day, these hoes are always asking me for money. Wonder Woman's in my DM talking about, hey, Bruce, can you break a sister off? Yeah, I'll break a sister off, all right.
Or make you believe,
Yeah,
you know,
like you said, make you believe.
being,
Make somebody
you
believe.
have to act, you know, to a certain extent. So
Oh, that's
if you ever hear me flat out there, know that I'm still served.
We ain't never heard you flat, ever. I don't think you want to have a flat day.
But if you did,
We'll start
you haven't heard
we'll
nothing.
start some runs, start some scatting in the middle of that.
smiles, you know.
Yeah, but it is. It's a confidence builder. But just to be able to do that, and like I said, I admire that courage. You know, we had the pleasure of singing with you, and we did a song together. And my music is satire, so I really want to talk about it. But she graced me with us in the studio with her presence, and I will say that you were actually a little bit of a slave driver in there. She was cracking a whip. I can. I'm like, well, hold on. It was like, I was serious. I wasn't ready for that. I'm like,
It's the teacher in
does she
me,
know
all
where
right?
the daddy is up there?
We're in the studio. That's when I'm in work mode. You know?
I get it.
Time is money. You gotta be able to get in and get out.
Yeah.
Studio time is not for writing. That's where you just execute. Like you just gotta have it all ready to go.
That's the business side of it, you know. You're seeing it, I'm seeing it. But I was, you know, like anything else. I mean, I haven't really been entertaining. I've been doing other stuff, driving trucks and sailing the 7 seas and all that crap, you know. But to this part of this kind of a job and entertainment, if you will, whether it be on scene, writing, whatever, I don't think I ever looked at it like, for me, like a job. I knew other people could do it as a job because other people had, like yourself, have that capability and gifted with that, you know, wonderful voice and insight. But I was like, man, I wish I had a gift like that. I always used to be like, God, if you could just give me the spirit to sing, you know. But you know, I never have.
Anyone can sing, you know.
Why does it sound like a children's book right now? Anyone can
Might
sing.
have to do that.
Yeah. Who knows? But anyway, what? So you had a recent release, I guess, last year with your husband, Frizen, aka Sheldon Williams, and he. That was pretty good. You guys are collaborating more, but the song was what? Wake Up.
Yep, Wake Up.
Really dope video. You can catch that on. That's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. It's on Apple Music. Pretty much any music platform service that you can find, it's available.
We're gonna show it here too, so you know we'll plug that in. But just that video and your other song off of What Kind of Love, When You Smile, that was a really good video, and that was a really personal song. But just some of the things that you've been doing, it's like your work is always like heads and tails above everything else out there locally, especially. And
Thank you.
it's great to see like that gift come out of you. You know, just do your thing, and then like you said, be confident and just kind of own your space, which you make it look all effortless. I just don't know how you do it.
One song at a time.
One song
Thank
One
you so
song at a
much.
time. That'll be, yeah, that's the thing. One song at a time. You know,
Yes.
start saying it, people are like, what the hell is he
That's
talking about?
right.
So what's next for you? Working on your.
There's a few things. So I am, like you said, with Frizen, we are working on a collaborative effort,
Can't wait for that.
and it's a nice mix between hip hop and R&B. I bring the R&B element, of course.
Yeah.
Trying to get him to sing on a song or two, but we'll have to see.
Hasn't he sang before on a few? Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, he sang on "Don't Leave" on
thought so.
my Love Lessons
I thought
album. So if y'all weren't sure, it was the male
How many albums
vocalist.
do you have out available?
I have 2 albums. The first one was more pop sounding, and that was What Kind of Love. And the second one, I just have a theme of love here. So Love Lessons. And yeah, that was released in 2015. So now we have this joint effort
Nice.
coming.
Nice.
And I'm also working on a personal album. So there's a few things coming your way.
Staying busy. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, just knocking it out. Really, just working your music. Be found. Where can people find them?
So our joint website is motivationmusicgroup.com, and like I said, we are, if you type Cassandra or Frizen, we're available on all music platforms, so you
Nice.
should be able to check it out there.
Download it. Pay Pay for it.
Download it. We
Go on,
also
yeah.
have some merchandise. We have T-shirts and
You love merch.
hoodies.
You love merch.
Of course, CDs and whatnot, and that's all available
What's a
through
CD?
the merch. Would you say what's
What's
a CD?
No.
Listen, Trey
Y'all got
knows.
8-track? No?
My 5-year-old
There's somebody
knows what
right now
CD
who's
is.
like, what is an 8-track? Somebody's watching us, I'm sure.
For shame.
Mhm.
No. Yeah, it's just Google. But you can find links to everything just through the umbrella site, motivationmusicgroup.com.
MotivationMusicGroup.com.
I have an
Check it
acoustic set coming out with some featured instrumentalists and vocalists, and I want to be able to highlight some very, very talented individuals through Motivation Music Group. So we'll be revealing slowly what that means, what is Motivation Music Group and what that encompasses, but you will be truly blessed by the talents that are involved, and I'm very excited.
I've heard a couple of, your collaborations with other artists on Spotify and stuff, and every time I listen, it's like, oh, okay. I said something today, I asked for a song, and it did something that came on. I asked for someone else that came up with you.
Yeah.
RZA, RZA maybe, or
RAS.
RAS.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm dyslexic.
I do the same thing.
Disgruntled.
Honestly.
Uh,
Yeah. Ross, Rossetti, and
Yeah.
I've been featured on a few different artists' music, and I always find it humbling that they, would want me to feature on their
Yeah, for
things.
sure.
But I'm always available for jingles or songwriting and vocal
That's
lessons.
right. I
If
know they
anyone,
put that plug in there.
yeah, if
Y'all.
anyone is
Grind
looking
City.
for that, yes, definitely let me know. You can contact me through that site, Motivation Music Group. Yeah, and I will work something out. And it's not just one genre, across board. We can do whatever you'd like, darling. So just let me know.
I love it. I love it. That's like my British. I don't know if you saw that. I was talking about this black British.
Oh,
All
yes,
the
I did.
black actors were like British in America, and it's
Yeah.
like, well, why ain't we over here
I watched that yesterday.
portraying American or British people in Britain, but we're English. But we're not English, not the King's English, but we're American English speaking, but not English. We speak English.
English.
Sorry.
I love it, yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah. What? Anything else that you want to just put out into the universe?
I would love to speak to the song Get Out. So that'll be one of the newer releases, in addition to everything else. But just, it is a kind of a motivational self-health check for anybody who it resonates with. But the chorus is, I got to get myself together. So when I wrote this song, I was just in a really bad place, emotionally and physically, and I literally just had to get out of my house. So for me, on the side of town I live, I just kind of ended up on the top of the West End, which is, what was that, the West End Overlook?
Yep.
And I was just in my truck, and I was playing this particular track that really spoke to me, and I pushed record on my laptop, and I just kind of push play. And almost in one take, the lyrics and melodies came to me. And I did go back and tweak a few things, a few words and whatnot, but I was just at a place and I just felt like I needed to get it out. So I got to get myself together, show myself some love, release pressure. I gotta get out this place, get out this place. Yeah, I gotta get out my way, get out my way. It's probably not the key, but yes, it's just a
See, let's
song.
talk about exclusive.
World premiere.
It is worldwide. Grind City's worldwide.
Oh
We are international. We're getting there.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, the story is really inspiring, and I think we've all been in that place a time or two. I know myself. You got moments, and to have an outlet to be able to heal yourself through music. That's wonderful. But there's a lot of people who struggle with different things and don't know how to work it out. But music can certainly do that. Making noise, making whatever you want to call it, make a joyful noise. And do you feel once you get your song out, are you healed after that?
Not necessarily. It's a process,
Yeah.
but it's definitely released. It's a healthy release at that moment, and just, I played the song for a few people, and I got the feedback that I got. Everyone almost simultaneously was like, you know what, this song's written for me, and I've gone through this, and I feel that. So that just is confirmation for me that I'm not the only one that goes through things. And in conjunction with things like therapy, so for some people it's physical activity, whether it be exercise or something, writing, even if it's just journaling. You know, those are healthy ways that you can, you know, practice self-care.
Like I said, the most important thing, I guess, is just to do something and not sit around and just kind of.
Which is easier said than done. I understand, especially as people are dealing with mental illness and things. But, you know, if you need an outlet, my therapist I sought her out through therapy for Black girls. There's also therapy for Black men, and there's a lot of free services available if you search for them, you know, they're available. So you don't have to suffer alone. And one profound thing that there's a lot of things, but if I had to choose one profound thing that my therapist said was, you don't necessarily have to be in crises to seek out a therapist, you know. It can be preventative, it could be just because if you want someone to talk to that doesn't have a biased opinion or whatever the case, you know, you need to normalize mental health.
That's deep. I mean, and it's important because, you know, we as Black folks, as a culture, we don't really seek out help, but especially, I know from men's, we don't, but seeking out help when you need it is nothing to be ashamed of. It doesn't make you any less of a man or a person or anything, but I believe in therapy. I'm in therapy. I talk about my issues. Like you said, it was a journey, you know, and I haven't really hit got to the bottom of really what to talk about it yet. I just haven't had the opportunity, but I know I can tell when you talk to people who've been through, you know, I'm going to say this in some serious, when you go through these trials and tribulations, because it's hard to sometimes quantify that in your life compared to like maybe another situation, but it's always, you know, we all got those trials and tribulations, all, you know. And they're different for everybody. My mountain is not the same mountain for you or her or this person over there. But we all got to climb, you know.
Yes.
So I don't know what's going on right now, but Reverend Johnson.
The road would be easy, and I don't believe he's brought me this far to
Sing it.
leave me.
Yes. I don't know what's happening, but anyway.
Just called it, you know.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, but in all seriousness.
Yes, serious.
It is. And then you can laugh later when you do, but don't sit alone and don't suffer in silence. You know? Reach out to somebody. There's always somebody somewhere listening.
Reach out. Okay, sorry.
Should we end this on a old Negro spiritual?
We have to. Oh my goodness.
Well, this is a great first time for you being here. You got to come up with a name for studio. You know,
I will be over.
I know it won't be the last time, and you know, we are really, really grateful to have you here, and it's just it's a wonderful opportunity to put out your good vibes into the universe, because that's what we're all about.
Thank you.
Like that.
It's an honor and pleasure again. Thank you so much, graciously.
Thank you.
And all of you at home, blessings.
Yes, the Queen. The Queen is signing off now. Top from the Buckingham Palace basement corner. We're going to sign off now.
Make sure you check out motivationmusicgroup.com.
Tally.